call to order the Tuesday, January 25th, 2022 Housing and Redevelopment Authority meeting. We will start out this evening with the call to order and oath for office for our new board member. Councilmember Martin, do you have your oath in front of you?
I do indeed.
All right, and the way we're doing it now is that I'm just going to have you read your oath rather than trying to do anything back and forth. So whenever you're ready.
All right.
All right.
I suppose I should stand for this, right? The pomp and circumstance.
You can actually sit if you want.
Put your hand up.
No, you can turn your camera off and tell us you're standing.
Okay. I'll say, I, Patrick Martin, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Minnesota and faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of the Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington in the county of Hennepin and state of Minnesota to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you and welcome, Board Member Martin. I will now have, we'll now do the roll call. Myra, could you do the roll call, please? Myra, are you frozen?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Sorry.
Nope, I'm here. Coulter.
Present.
Hugheim.
Here.
Lewis.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Thorson.
Here.
Thank you. A quorum of commissioners are present.
Thank you. Second order of business is approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the January 25th, 2022 HRA agenda?
So moved.
I'm sorry, who was first?
I'll second.
All right, you'll second, and what's Thorson, thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner Coulter to approve the agenda. May we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter.
Aye.
Hugheim.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Martin.
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Item 3, approval of the minutes of January 11th, 2022. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, may we have a motion to approve the minutes of January 11th, 2022.
So moved. Coulter.
Coulter?
Second, Hugheim.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Coulter with a second by Commissioner Hugheim to approve the January 11th, 2022 HRA board meeting minutes. May we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter.
Aye.
Hugheim.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Martin.
Aye.
Oh, you can abstain because you weren't here.
Abstain.
And Thorson.
Aye.
The vote, the motion passed 4-0 to 1.
Thank you. Moving on, item number 4, unfinished business. We have none this evening. Moving on to item 5, new business, item 5.1, the 2022 Home Program Funding Agreement with Senior Community Services. May we have the staff report, please?
Thank you, Chair Lewis and Commissioners. Today we have an annual contract to renew our funding for the home program by Senior Community Services. This amount was approved in our 2022 budget. It is for $26,000 as it was last year. We have Representatives Deb Taylor and hopefully John Burkow in the room to answer any questions about the program itself. As you know, this program provides services to seniors in Bloomington, including minor home repairs, window washing, safety items, security, snow removal, raking, screen window changing, that sort of thing. Included in your packet is, or in this description is information on their services last year. There is a typo here, and Myra, can you make sure that the minutes are updated to reflect that these are actually the 2021 accomplishments that they have supplied? It reads as 2020, but it should be read as 2021. This contract will extend for the calendar year, and again, is for $26,000. Deb or John, would you have anything that you would like to add?
Hi, thank you, Brian. This is Deb Taylor, and what I would like to, John and I were going to just do just a really brief overview. We thought we'd share with you just three main points about senior community services and going through COVID, like all the rest of us together, right? And then John's going to talk specifically about home. The 3 points that I'd like to share with you are, number one, that our full-time staff have remained resilient and committed to our mission while navigating COVID challenges and, believe it or not, some opportunities. But we continue to see workforce issues in regards to our field staff. So John will talk a little bit more about that. That's our part-time field staff. But what I will also say is point number 3 is that we serve one of the hardest hit populations due to COVID, and that's older adults 60 plus. 8 out of 10 COVID deaths in the US are seniors. And we believe that helping seniors to remain in their own homes and in the city they love positions them much better than them having to move into a senior housing, assisted living, or nursing home where we know that the virus is spreading still in those facilities. So not only does this help with overall well-being for the older adult, but it really is the safest place for a senior to be. So let's see if John is here yet. I sure hope he made it in.
Taking a look here.
I don't see him in the waiting room yet, Deb, so I did send it to him.
Yep, I saw that. It took a while to come in. We use Zoom, so and Teams, so we always it always takes us a little bit longer to get into WebEx.
Okay.
I'm certainly happy to answer any questions, but I think if you have really specific questions, John is our guy.
Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Taylor? All right. Well, we will wait for John.
I just got another email, Myra, from John stating that he didn't get the link. So I guess, Deb, at this point, you mentioned that your staff that you use is a mixture of volunteers and hired staff. Is that correct? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Repeat the question, Brian.
Could you talk a little bit about how for staffing this program, you're using hired folks and also volunteers? Is that correct?
That is correct. We have paid staff that do the handiwork, and we have paid independent contractors that do the lawn mowing and the snow removal. And we have local community volunteers that do the spring and fall yard cleanup. And all of the field staff are vetted. We do background checks and make sure whether they're an independent contractor or an employee that we've done a background check on them. Most of the time, our best luck that we have for staff for this position is actually people that are kind of in retirement themselves, or they're college students looking to pick up some extra money. But those that are retired themselves are really looking for more purpose and to give back to the community. And so a lot of the people that work for us are retired folks and have a passion for the mission. It's nice to make a few extra dollars, but that isn't the sole reason that they do that. They do that to serve the community of Bloomington.
Is there a way you could provide a kind of an estimate of kind of the percentage of paid folks versus volunteers?
I could do that with regards to the whole program.
Sure.
So for the whole program, we have between 40 and 50 homemakers, but that's not part of this grant funding. We have anywhere between 40 and 50 independent contractors. And for painters and maintenance folks, we can have anywhere between 15 and 25. It varies, ebbs and flows.
Great. Thank you so much for that. And please extend my apologies to John for the missing link.
Varies.
So we are looking for a motion to approve the resolution for the 2022 home program funding agreement with Senior Community Services for $26,000.
Thank you, Brian. Are there any questions for Brian? Hearing none.
I would make that motion, Thorson.
Thank you, Commissioner Thorson. Is there a second?
Hukim seconds.
I'm sorry, who was the second? Who came? It was moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner Hukim to approve the resolution approving the 2022 home program funding agreement with Senior Community Services for $26,000. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hughiem,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb.
Moving
Thank you. Thank you to everybody for their support of Senior Community Services, and thank you for making Bloomington a city for all. We just really appreciate our partnership and look forward to partnering in 2022.
Thank you so much, Ms. Taylor. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Brian.
All right. Moving on to item 5.2, amended contract for Days Insight. May we have the staff report, please?
Yes. Good evening, Chair Lewis and Commissioners. I am Jason Schmidt, the Economic Development Analyst. I actually work in the Port Authority. However, I did previously work in the HRA about 2 years ago before making the full transition 100% over to the Port Authority. And I do have a presentation. Myra, would I be able to get the permission to share my screen?
Yes. Let me see. Did you send me something?
I have it on my screen. So am I able to share it? If not, I can just go ahead and talk without it.
You are a panelist, so you should be able to share. We'll try to share and see if that works.
Okay. It is grayed out, so I'm unable to, but I'll just continue to move on then. And so tonight before you, we have an amendment to the former Days Inn redevelopment contract. And I just wanted to give you guys kind of a brief background as to how we got to this point. So back in 2016, 2017, United Properties, the current developer that we're working with, was working on an option agreement at the former Days Inn site as they were responding to a medical office RFP that was out for a South Metro region. During those conversations, they were able to secure an option agreement with the owner of the Days Inn site. However, during the conversations with regards to the medical office provider that had the RFP out, they decided to go a different route and not fulfill their development obligations. And so with that, United Properties was working with the HRA in conjunction on kind of a future redevelopment for that medical office. And they were ready to kind of walk away from that development site. However, from the urging of the HRA and the city, they wanted to go ahead and partner and to basically control this property because there had been a number of police calls on this site, as well as a number of other issues that they wanted to kind of control and take ownership with. So at that time in 2017, the HRA board passed a resolution to begin kind of the preliminary review and authorization for redevelopment project and issuance of revenue bonds. In 2018, the HRA approved actually the resolution for the redevelopment agreement that we currently have, as well as the issuance and sale of bonds to purchase that site from the developer. And so the developer exercised their option. The HRA then in turn purchased it with revenue bonds to assist the developer with basically the holding costs on the property. In turn, the HRA subleased the hotel to the city, which in turn then the city subleased it to the developer, in which they continued to run and manage the Days Inn site. During that time frame, the way the development agreement was written was that the developer was still going to be seeking a medical office facility on this site, upwards of about 120,000 square feet. Since that time, the developer has been in negotiations, or were in negotiations with a number of various providers to see if they could lease up such a facility. We were before you back in 2020 with a proposal to move forward with that development agreement, potentially looking at amending it just for a slightly smaller medical office facility. However, in turn, with COVID and everything, a number of those tenants decided to walk away from their deal. And unfortunately, the developer was unable to secure enough tenants for a medical office facility to move forward. And so with that, in 2021, just recently, we were before you, the HRA Commission, with a resolution to amend the First Amendment to the agreement to allow the developer to demolish the hotel prior to any acquisition of the site. And as you can see, that is the demolition has occurred on the property. As you can't see, because you can't see the slide I'm showing. Sorry about that. I also want to talk to you a little bit about the bond. So as I stated, the HRA did issue bonds to purchase the property. Those were a 5-year bond, and those were issued in August of 2018. So those have a maturity date of August of 2023. Per our agreement, the developer is required and has paid for all of the bond payments and all of the taxes associated with this property. The developer, per the agreement, is required to buy back this property by the maturity date. And so the developer is required to buy this property by August of 2023 with or without a proposed development. However, tonight we're here to actually see because they're proposing a development. With that, in addition, the developer is to pay off the revenue bond, the $5.15 million fees, as part of closing, or at the time of closing on the property. The HRA investment on this site has been staff time. We've been the holder of the bond, and we have had some HRA development funds that have been set aside, in accounting set aside, for a backstop in case if the developer were to miss one of the payments that the HRA would be able to cover that. However, the developer has not missed any payments. So as a majority of you were at the Planning Commission meeting on January 6th. And at that time, the entitlements were moving forward on this site. And so what the developer is proposing is a fully enclosed automobile dealership on this site. It's a 4-story, 178,000 square foot building, with which the first floor would be service and showroom, and the second, third, and fourth floors would be inventory. They would have roughly 118 surface parking spaces and right around 344 indoor parking inventory spaces. Project schedule. So tonight is the consideration for the updated contract for redevelopment with the HRA. February, they will be going before the city council for zoning entitlement approvals. They would be looking to close and commence construction on this project in April of 22 with a projected opening in the spring of 23. There is no HRA financial assistance requested for this project. This development would be 100% privately financed. The developer, as previously stated, would purchase the property from the HRA, paying off those bonds. At that time, the HRA would have unencumbered development fund dollars then to put towards future projects. And so with that, staff has a motion that is in the packet to go ahead and adopt the attached resolution approving the amended and restated contract as stated. And with that, I am available for any questions, and the developer is here as well if you have any specific questions for them.
All right. Are there any questions for Mr. Schmidt or the developer? Hearing no questions, do I have a motion to adopt the resolution approving the amended and restated contract for private redevelopment with Bloomington Crossroads Venture LLC and Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington?
So moved. Hukim.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Coulter.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Hukim with a second by Commissioner Coulter to adopt the resolution approving amended and restated contract for private redevelopment with Bloomington Crossroads Venture LLC and the Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington. Is there any further discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item 5.3, grant agreements with Bridging, Housing Link, Oasis for Youth, and Veep. May we have the staff report, please?
Hello, Commissioner Lewis and Commissioners. Brian Hartman, HRA Program Manager, bringing forward to you today a resolution to approve entering into contracts for administrative support of $10,000 each for Bridging, Housing Link, Oasis for Youth, and Veep. These amounts were approved in our 2022 budget last fall, and we're bringing forward this resolution today to formalize those agreements for those nonprofits for general administrative support. Be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Hartman?
I just have one quick one.
Commissioner Coulter?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Brian, forgive me, I obviously was not on the HRA last year. What is the source of funding from these? Is it just the sort of the HRA general fund?
HRA general levy funds, yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I figured. Just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for Mr. Hartman? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the resolution approving the grant agreements between Bridging, Housing Link, Oasis for Youth, and Veep, and the Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington?
So moved, Thorson.
Thank you. Is
Hukim.
there second?
Second. Hukim.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner Hukim to approve the resolution approving the grant agreements between Bridging, Housing Link, Oasis for Youth, and Veep, and the Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Hukim.
Thank you. I just wanted to say I really appreciate this. I think we have three great organizations here in the city of Bloomington that we're blessed to have here. And it's an honor to be able to donate money and help them keep doing what they're doing for our community. So I really thank staff for this and working hard to get this approved.
Thank you, Commissioner Hukim. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 5.4, support for Amended grant application for the Geropolis redevelopment and 9,000 Penn Avenue South and 2325 West 90th Street. May we have the staff report, please?
Yes, thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman, HRA, excuse me, HRA Administrator. So this evening I bring before you that the city plans to act as the legal sponsor for a project contained in the Redevelopment Grant Program application to be submitted to Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development by February 1st, 2022, including for the Geropolis redevelopment at 9,000 Penn Avenue South and 2325 West 90th Street. I want to highlight that this location was identified as a priority commercial, neighborhood commercial node in the 2016 study, where this actually 90th and excuse me, 90th and Penn was identified in the priority B sector. And so just wanted to highlight that we're still continuing to move forward with opportunities in the neighborhood commercial node redevelopment where possible, working with private owners. And so the site that is in question, or excuse me, the site that's included here, 9,000 Penn Avenue South, is a vacant building that has been vacant for quite some time. And due to the prior use, it is as a gas station is actually not allowed to be used as that anymore. And so the adjacent property owner, 2325 West 90th Street, which is Geropolis, has, I want to say, has purchased this property and is interested in doing redevelopment that goes towards the plans that we have identified here in the city and as the HRA. So the success of the application for the project is predicated on local support of the proposal, and staff is specifically requesting approval of the resolution that would show, 1, the board supports the application for the project. 2, the board supports the potential creation of a tax increment financing district for the project and the use of tax increment financing for the project, provided, however, that the project must meet all eligibility requirements and the board and the city council of the city must complete all of the legally required proceedings set forth in statute, as amended. Barb Wolf and Sean James are both here. Barb Wolf is Special Projects and Initiatives Manager with Community Development, and Sean James is a planner with planning. They have been working with this project, with this application, and in discussions with the owner, and are here to answer any questions or provide any background information you would like.
Thank you, Administrator Coleman. Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman or Ms. Wolf or Mr. James?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Hukim.
Thank you, Madam. My only question is, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, are there still tanks underground? And if so, is that going to have any concern with development and any of that going forward, or does the developer realize that and know that already?
Thank you, Commissioner Hukim and Chair Lewis. I can take that, Sean. The tanks were removed in 2011 and mitigated at that time. There has been recent Phase 1 ESA and Phase 2 ESA performed by the Geropolis owner, which found no remaining contamination within the soils.
Thank you, Ms. Wolf.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there any other questions for Ms. Wolf or Mr. James or Administrator Coleman? I'm sorry.
Chair Lewis, this is Commissioner Thorson.
Thank you, Commissioner Thorson.
My question, I mean, we're being asked to, show our support for this and associated TIF financing. Can we get a bit of an overview of what is being proposed for this corner? Get some insight into the project, as it stands. I realize sometimes it's a moving window.
Sure. Thank you, Commissioner Thorson. I think I'll refer that to Sean since he's a planner and he has a better understanding of explaining the plans.
Yeah, thank you, Barb and Chair Commissioner Thorson. So the plans that were submitted to the city, you're correct, they are very tentative at this point. So nothing formal has been submitted yet, but staff has seen the preliminary plans to expand the existing restaurants to the east, and it would cover a portion of this site at 9,000 Penn. And there would also be the addition of an outdoor patio space. Current plans show around 100 seats for outdoor patio, but again, very tentative at this point. Also, more parking and landscaping or vegetation on the site as well. So yeah, along with the demolition of the existing building, there would be site improvements such as exterior lighting, vegetation, and more parking to support the use.
Thank you. Commissioner Thorson, does that answer your question?
Thank you. I appreciate the overview. And just for clarification, then, this does not involve the Burger King property at all, correct?
Yep, that's correct. It does not.
Thank you.
Sorry, one more thing to add on that too is as part of the development, the driveways to this site would need to be closed. However, there's an access easement over that Burger King lot. And so access would come from off of Penn Avenue from that existing driveway where Burger King is, and then off of 90th Street where the existing access to Europolis is.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Commissioner Chair again.
Yes, Commissioner Thorson.
So, back quite a while ago when we talked about this corner, there was some hope that we could combine the vacant gas station with the Burger King and perhaps the Ludd Donor Center, whatever it is today. And obviously it's been a number of years that hasn't, pulled together to make a large enough development site for something else. But I'm excited here it's another restaurant and destination for I assume families and others and nearby businesses, and it will take care of an eyesore on that corner. So I'm very happy to see what we do have before us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Commissioner Thorson.
Oh, excuse me, Chair Lewis. I just wanted to add to that the gas station there has been vacant since the summer of 2007. So this is a location that has been an eyesore for, the community and the neighborhood in the area. So applying for this grant is attempting to have some assistance for the property owner. Europolis purchased that vacant gas station in October of 2020. And so he really wants to expand his existing location and helping with TIF district as well would help a small business owner in our city.
Thank you, Ms. Wolf. Yes, I think this is a kind of an exciting option, and that corner does need improvement, so this would be great. All right, if there's no further discussion, any other discussion? Do I hear a motion to approve the resolution supporting the application for grant from the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development Redevelopment Grant Program?
So moved. Coulter.
Coulter, is there a second?
Second, Thorson.
Thorson, all right. Yeah, it has been moved by Commissioner Coulter with a second by Commissioner Thorson to approve resolution supporting application for grant from the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development Redevelopment Grant Program. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hugheim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 6, organizational business. First item is 6.1, the 2022 HRA Board Meeting Calendar Update. May we have the staff report, please?
Thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman. I am bringing before you an update to the 2022 HRA Board Meeting Calendar. The second Tuesday of August is the primary election, and the second Tuesday of November is the general election. And by statute, we are not allowed to hold a meeting between 6 to 8 p.m. on those days. We do have the option that if there is an item that needs to be brought forward, we can call a special meeting per our bylaws to discuss and move action on that particular item. So I am bringing forward this calendar to update and cancel the meeting the second Tuesday of August, which is August 9th, and the second Tuesday of November, which is November 8th. And I'll be looking for a motion for approval.
All right. Thank you, Administrator Coleman. Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to approve the update to the 2022 HRA Board Meeting Calendar?
So moved, Martin.
Is there a second?
Second, Hukim.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Martin with a second by Commissioner Hukim to approve the update to the 2022 HRA Board Meeting Calendar. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item 6.2, designation of official newspaper of the HRA. May we have the staff report?
Thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman. So every year we do bring forward the request for a motion to approve the official newspaper of the HRA until the next annual meeting. One of the reasons we do this is we want to make sure that the public knows where they can find the information about the HRA board and the HRA as we notice meetings and information. And so per our policy, I am looking for a motion to approve the Bloomington Richfield Sun Current as the official newspaper of the HRA until the next annual meeting, and this is not a change from prior years.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the Bloomington Richfield Sun Current as the official newspaper of the HRA until the next annual meeting?
Hukim. So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Coulter.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Hukim with a second by Commissioner Coulter to approve the Bloomington Richfield Sun Current as the official newspaper of the HRA until the next annual meeting. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Moving on to item 6.3, designation of official depositories for the HRA. May we have the staff report?
Thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman. The official depositories for the HRA are currently U.S. Bank and PMA 4M Fund. We are looking for a motion to approve, two motions, one for each of those depositories, to remain as the official depository of the HRA.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman? Hearing none, may I have first a motion to approve U.S. Bank as an official depository of the HRA?
So moved, Coulter.
Coulter?
Second, Martin.
Martin. It has been moved by Commissioner Coulter with a second by Commissioner Martin to approve U.S. Bank as an official depository of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Now would be looking for a motion to approve MPA 4M Fund as an official depository of the HRA.
So moved, Hukim.
Thank you. Is there a second? I'm sorry.
Second, Thorson.
Thorson, thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Hukim with a second by Commissioner Thorson to approve MPA 4M Fund as an official depository of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Now moving on to item 6.4, designation of investment brokers of the HRA. May we have the staff report, please?
Yes, thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman. We do currently have 5 investment brokers, and so we are looking for 5 separate motions to designate them as the official investment brokers for the HRA. They are FHN Financial, Great Pacific Securities, RBC Capital Markets LLC, U.S. Bank, Vinning Sparks JBG.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman? All right, hearing none, I'll be looking for, this will be the first of 5 motions. Do I have a motion to approve FHN Financial as an official investment broker of the HRA?
So moved, Martin.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Hukim.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Martin with a second by Commissioner Hukim to approve FHN Financial as an official investment broker of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. I'm now looking for a motion to approve Great Pacific Securities as an official investment broker of the HRA.
So moved, Hukim.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Thorson.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Hukim with a second by Commissioner Thorson to approve Great Pacific Securities as an official investment broker of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. I'm now looking for a motion to approve RBC Capital Markets LLC as an official investment broker of the HRA.
So moved, Thorson.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Hukim.
All right. It has been moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner Hukim to approve RBC Capital Markets LLC as an official investment broker of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Now, moving on to approval of U.S. Bank as an official investment broker of the HRA. Do I hear a motion?
So moved,
So moved.
Hukim.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Coulter.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Hukim with a second by Commissioner Coulter to approve U.S. Bank as an official investment broker of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. And now I am looking for a motion to approve Vining Sparks IBG as an official investment broker of the HRA.
So moved, Coulter.
Thank you.
Second, Martin.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Coulter with a second by Commissioner Martin to approve Vining Sparks IBG as an official investment broker of the HRA. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, may we have the roll call vote, please?
Coulter.
Aye.
Hughiem.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Martin.
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. We are now moving on to item 6.5, election of HRA officers. The officers will be chair, vice chair, and secretary. Are there nominations for chair?
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair, I nominate Cheryl Lewis as chair.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Thorson. It has been moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner, Coulter, just lost my faith, to nominate Cheryl Lewis as chair. Are there any other nominations?
Madam Chair, I just have a quick question.
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify, I believe Administrator Coleman made a comment to this effect at a previous meeting, but city council members are not able to serve as officers of the HRA. Am I correct in that understanding?
Yes, that is my understanding.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm that understanding.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Are there any other nominations for chair? Hearing none, we will take a voice vote in favor or opposed. So if we could have the roll call vote.
It's just all in favor, say aye. I believe. You can do that instead of the roll call.
Aye. I'm an aye. Oh, call.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed? The motion passed.
Thank you. Yes, now we are moving on to vice chair. Are there nominations from the floor for vice chair?
Madam Chair, I would nominate Vicky Hughiem.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Martin.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Thorson with a second by Commissioner Martin to nominate Vicky Hughiem as vice chair. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I will call for the voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Vicky has been elected vice chair. And now I am moving on to secretary. Are there any nominations from the floor for secretary?
Well, Madam Chair, by a sort of process of elimination here, I will nominate Mark Thorson for secretary.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Hughiem seconds.
Thank you. It has been moved by Commissioner Coulter with a second by Commissioner Hughiem to nominate Mark Thorson as secretary. I will call for a voice vote. Are there any other nominations before I do that? Right. Hearing none, I will call for a voice vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Congratulations, Mark. You are secretary of the HRA. All right. We are now moving on. Boy, that was fast. We are now moving on to item 7, discussion items, 7.1, upcoming items. May we have the staff report?
Thank you, Chair Lewis. Erica Coleman, HRA Administrator. I'd like to bring this before you all if we have things coming forward, and just so you're aware of it. So on the February 8th meeting, which is our next meeting, I'm proposing that the Port Authority provide an update. This is an update about the work the Port Authority is doing and has done, and what we're looking forward to and how we're working together. Number 2, the 98th Street Station Study. As you recall, I brought this before you previously as we were awarded funding by the Met Council, and you approved receipt of that funding for a pre-development corridor study to be done at this site where future development, we are looking for future redevelopment. So this item would be a resolution of support for the consultant that would be chosen in the sub-grant agreement with the city of Bloomington. More information will come with that agenda item. 3 is 8200 Humboldt Avenue South, the development agreement. As you know, this has been brought before you before with updates around the pending redevelopment proposed at this site. And then 4, year-end budget adjustment as needed by our finance department, our HRA accountant, that is assigned from the finance department to close out 2021. I can stand for any questions.
Are there any questions for Administrator Coleman? Hearing none, thank you for that update. Now moving on to our last item under discussion items, 7.2, Commissioner questions and answers. Are there any comments or questions that the commissioners have this evening?
Madam Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Hukim.
Thank you. I'm just curious. I guess I just need for my own information, because I'm kind of new to what the process is where we're at on expanding our board legislative wise. So what does that all entail? What is there anything we can do? Can we approach people and be like, look, we'd really like your support on this, things like that? Like, where are we sitting?
Yeah, good question.
Thank you, Chair Lewis, Commissioner Huhim, commissioners. So the memo that was requested to be sent to the mayor and city council requesting that we include in the 2022 legislative agenda for the city of Bloomington as an a request to increase our board from 5 commissioners to 7 has gone forward. The reason we had to do that is because the statute that the enabling statute that created the Bloomington Housing and Redevelopment Authority, or the Housing and Redevelopment Authority in and for the city of Bloomington. Our general counsel is on the line, and she would prefer that I use the proper name of our entity. Only allowed for us to be at 5 commissioners. And so we have requested that legislation be authored in order for us to increase to 7. Where we are is that Shane Rudlang actually does the legislative agenda and oversees that information and process with the city manager, Jamie Verbrugge. And he has already brought that forward to the city council for approval. And it actually was approved last evening at the city council meeting. And so the next steps are to work with our lobbying firm, the HRA, the city of Bloomington. We use the same lobbying firm just because we go through the city. Work with our lobbying firm to move forward with getting an author for that proposed legislation, and then having that proposed legislation be introduced during session, which is starting during session, and moving forward that way. We are available, in providing information as requested by any of our legislative delegation or anyone that may ask for more clarification. But that is where we are. In terms of you being able to approach anyone, you are all Bloomington residents as well as commissioners. And I encourage you to always reach out to your representatives and senators and council members if there are things that you are interested in and you would like to advocate and support.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that update. That is good news to hear that it's moving along nicely. Are there any other commissioner questions or comments? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn the January 25th, 2022 HRA meeting? This is
So
where
moved,
I'm
Mark.
always surprised. Nobody ever says anything.
Martin
moved,
made
Martin.
the motion.
Second by Thorson.
All right, who I'm sorry, who moved? I got the second by Thorson.
Martin.
Martin, thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Martin with a second by Commissioner Thorson to adjourn the January 25th, 2020 HRA meeting. May we have the roll call vote? 2022 meeting, sorry. I've been here too long.
Coulter,
Aye.
Hukim,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Thorson.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn passed 5-0. It is 6:56 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice
And
to meet
welcome,
everyone.
Patrick.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.